Hello and welcome to vlog number 7, which is the next episode in a series of short vlogs where I am documenting the progress of the making of my third album, which will be called Freedom. Nothing to do with pandemics, but everything to do with many other types of freedom. And I guess I'm feeling the freedom today because I've no makeup on, I've no earrings on, I've got slightly tatty nails, although they are black, and I've got some atmospheric lighting. So today I would like to ask a question. Is it writer's block or procrastination? Which is it? Shall I? Shan't I? Can I? Can't I? Are you an overthinker? I know I am, and I'm very impatient. I say to people that I've had a creatively stagnant summer. Very little writing or inclination to write or to forge ahead with this project. I've had a few tricky weeks with my health, which have doubtless contributed, and it's been the summer, so like a lot of other people, I've wanted to be outside, not sitting inside poring over a notebook or device, trying to find inspiration for words or tunes. Of course, you can do those things outside, so that's not really an excuse. I have a friend who says, just sit on the mat, as in, just take that first step and then see what happens, and the chances are things will roll from there. Believe me, I've tried that too. Then a couple of nights ago, we were having supper with two friends and discussing this creative dilemma and the frustrations I'm feeling, and someone suggested that that was okay to have feelings of frustration, periods where you don't produce very much. Really? Well, I'm not sure about that. Apparently after a drought comes a rush. Well, I have tended to work in flurries when I've been writing the songs for this album, so maybe it is the case. Short windows of inspiration where the words tumble forth and that magical musical doodle pops into your head. I capture them, maybe craft them a little bit, and then it's gone. The block returns, prevents me from moving on. Then, the morning after that supper with friends, I woke up and I turned on my daily meditation. And guess what? The subject was procrastination. I listened. I told my wife about this, and she also asked me if I'd watched a TED talk about the very same subject. So I did. And how I laughed. How many things there were in that talk that I could relate to. So, the question is, am I blocked at all, or am I simply procrastinating, finding reasons not to sit on the mat, finding distractions to avoid sitting down and trying to do some writing? Maybe there's a subconscious fear that I'll write total rubbish, so what's the point? A lot of songwriters say that you need to just keep writing, keep churning stuff out, and for 100 rubbish songs, there'll be one that's really great. Well, I don't have the capacity for that, and it's quite simply not really my way. Maybe it's a subconscious fear that what I do write won't stand up to some of the songs that made it onto my first 2 albums. That's very possible. Maybe they won't be as poetic, as catchy, as cool. There's a lot of self-doubt then that comes into play, and a lot of sort of beating up and worrying about what other people might think. I've done a lot of worrying over the last few months about not writing much, when I could have been spending that time and that energy enjoying doing other things, or actually just giving it a go. I have actually made progress. I had a chat yesterday to my musical mentor, Georgia Train, and she quite rightly pointed out that actually I've got 3 demo recordings, 3 vocal demos in the bag. Yes, they'll need tweaks and things. It's very much the early stages of that process, but I've got 3 in the bag. I've got 2 that in a few weeks' time I'll be recording demos for, and I've got several others that are bubbling underneath the surface, so I'm making progress. And I need to remind myself of that. I also happened to dip into Facebook yesterday and saw on a memory that it's not even quite 5 years since the launch of my first album. And since then, I started performing again, having had several years where I couldn't because of ill health. I brought out a second album and a book and had an exhibition. So I need to give myself a break. So mates, meditations, public speakers have in the last 24 hours conspired to tell me something, that I must give myself a break. I am a procrastinator by nature, and I need to become a productive, more peaceful person in my approach to my creativity. If I may add a final note, one of the songs on this album will be about the freedom that writing brings. And also that actually when you don't feel like writing or inspiration doesn't come to you, that's fine. I can sit on the mat, I can get in the ring, I can see what happens or not. What won't help is overthinking and worrying about it. Thank you for tuning in. Lots of love. Bye-bye.